Hi. Remember when I used to talk about the cosplay calypse all the time? I said in the future, everybody's gonna dress up like their favorite characters and we're all gonna fight each other. And that's kind of true. That kind of has come to pass. I just thought it was like a cool idea for like a one-off comic book, or like a, you know, like a homemade movie where you go to a comic book convention and you try and round up a bunch of cosplayers and say, we're gonna do the cosplay clips where people fight each other to the death from all your favorite franchises, and we're gonna make it like Mad Max type of movie with no money, and we're gonna use your costumes that you spent hundreds of dollars and look like Boba Fett and Hello Kitty and all these things. It's true. It kind of happened. People go online, they have this fake version of themselves, which is a persona. Some people do LARP and have cosplay for this, like people's online identities. A lot of people that wear different weird, funny things. As of the last couple of years, there have been, podcasts where the women come on, and every time they're dressed up, they do cosplay because men want to look at them half naked. And then they dress up and they do their LARPs, and they talk about movies and comic books because they had a boyfriend that was really influential on them when they were young. And then now they like, Star Wars and anime shit or whatever. So the cosplay clips kind of is a strategy. They are kind of making us like, hey, pick a thing that you're into, and then you guys should fight about it. You should have a series of small scale conflicts at all levels at all times, even within inside your brains. And you can go for betterhelp.com, and we'll tell you how to think about you being crazy, and we'll tell you it's okay, you should go with it. Maybe you want to be something else. And when you dress up like a thing, it's the oldest ritual that I'm aware of, where you want some kind of, I don't know why, but you want some kind of spirit to inhabit you. So someone in the tribe is the shaman or the witch doctor, same thing, whatever you want to call it, the representative of talking to demons. And then you dress up like the demon, and then the demon inhabits you and takes over. It's like a voodoo ritual. You know about voodoo, right? It's the national religion of Haiti, like officially. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, that's the official religion of Haiti is voodoo. And voodoo is summoning demons. Like, that's the whole point of religion. What are demons like? They like blood. Okay, well, let's kill something and drink the blood and do all that stuff. And then the demon will take the person over and rides the demon. It reminds me of the honeymoon of Bill and Hillary Clinton when they went to Haiti in 1975. And as written, his autobiography, Bill says, witnessing a voodoo ritual was the transformative experience of my life. And he's probably not lying about that. That probably is one of the few things that he said in his autobiography that he wrote by himself that's true. Yeah, it was transformative. He probably witnessed a voodoo ritual with Hillary and they got possessed. Which I'm going to come back to possession in my retraction section of this video, where I apologize to Dave Chappelle. Or I apologize to you about the things I said about him that were mean, when I told him that I don't want to hear anything from Dave because he didn't want to wear the dress, and I wears dress all the time. So the cosplay clips, I think that it's kind of happening because when you go into podcast mode, you make your videos, it's kind of like a lot of people put on like a caricature version of themselves, and it's probably an opportunity for sort of like lesser spirits to inhabit or take over the person, especially if you're like blazing up or smoking and making offerings to demons before you do your videos. You're drinking spirits. Like, there's a lot of podcasts. I mean, there were shows on regular TV and daytime television. It was Kathy Lee and Hoda, and they would get drunk on wine in the daytime, which was encouraging women to get drunk, women that were at home and old ladies and stuff that are retired, and they're being encouraged to drink wine in the morning, and you would see them get hammered. I know old people. I'm like not far behind them. I'm pretty old. And I was like, you know, yeah, they would swill it in daytime TV on national TV. So, you know, they call it wine and spirits. And, you know, you drink the spirits, and then a spirit takes you over and pushes you out of the way. And do you remember? Because that was one of my things. Like, I came up with that word, the cosplay calypse. And I also remember there was that one, I saw it in a Medicare video where somebody had furries. Like, it was like a music video where they had people dressed up in fursuits and they're all killing each other. Or somebody was hunting furries or whatever. And it's funny, very funny. But, you know, I've been talking about the cosplay clips because I was like, look at what people are doing. They're obsessed with their franchises and stuff. And they're like, well, I have a stormtrooper suit. I mean, I don't have any of that stuff. But, you know, like other people, like they spent like $300 or probably cost them more. And they got like some kind of Game of Thrones costume. I mean, a lot of people are into cosplay. I mean, for a lot of people, cosplay is foreplay. You dress up in a thing, get horned up, and then it all comes off. And then you have to take it to the dry cleaners. I'm like, what happened here? Like, we made a cake and whatever. Got cake icing all over everything. Sure. So I think the cosplay clips, like, I wasn't really far off. I kind of think, like, look at what's happening as of you watching this video. People are kind of going crazy, and they have been for years. And you see people, like, lose, you know, like, it's funny clips to see people lose it. And they're like, who are you pretending to be? You know, like, they get all worked up and they put on airs. Like, this is TikTok videos. I mean, it started in Facebook where people tried to make their life look like something more than it was. They tell you everything about themselves and make it seem as though they were having some kind of fabulous life, even though there's nothing fabulous about it because we would know too much about people. It's one of the reasons that I quit Facebook a long time ago. However, it's very transparent with TikTok. And I think one of the things that help people latch on to a fantasy life, because all this cosplay and Comic-Con and being a nerd and all this stuff had already taken hold within the popular culture because of the internet and social media platforms, and everybody just admitted, hey, we all like dumb stuff and we talk too much about movies and TV. Kevin Smith predicted this in the Jay and Silent Bob movie when they didn't know what the internet was, and Jay says, what, the expletive deleted is the internet. And then Ben Affleck tells him it's a place where people go to crap on movies. Nothing's changed, and that was true. When did Jay and Silent Bob come out? That was like 2006 or something. So, you know, say what you will about Kevin Smith, I don't give a shit. But he was right. And rest in peace, Kevin Smith. I know that he's still with us, but really he's kind of gone. And what happened to him? Weed. He tells the other guy, you can't have any weed, you can't handle it. And then Kevin smokes all the weed and has a heart attack and loses all the weight. And now he looks like Robert Downey Jr. So, cosplay. That's what it is when people make these videos. When we were locked up in 2020 is what I wanted to say. When we went into lockdowns in 2020, one of the things that happened to the youth was that they stayed home, and it was the development of thirst traps, and they were all just like there was nothing to do, so they would stay home and put makeup on because they couldn't go to school. And then it got weird. Everybody kind of stayed home and got weird. And now it's 2026, and for the last 2 or 3 years, there are people that had nostalgia for like 2020, and that was when the whole world went into lockdown and everybody was isolated. Do you see how the World Economic Forum is using what happened in 2020 to make us live in a pod, eat the bugs, own nothing, and be happy? Yeah, look at what they did to Japan. They want us to get weird like them. They're like, yeah, like you guys should like Japanese stuff. So everybody went out into the world. I should say everybody stayed home, and the Japanese stuff came into their lives inside their coon pods, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, isolate, divide and conquer is the strategy. And they want us to fight each other. Look at how they're using, like, did you see the shocking thing that ICE did? Maybe you guys should fight about it. Maybe, you know what I mean? And then they're hiring all these, like, former IDF guys, and they're like, hey, maybe you would like to be ICE. Maybe there's nothing to do and nobody to kill because we already wiped out all those people. Maybe you guys want to go over to America and be ICE you know, and you know, the guy's saying, hey, there's gonna be a lot more bloodshed and all this stuff. And I thought, not Seth Rogen. I know he said that too, but I was, you know how I'm trying to imitate. I'm trying to imitate the ice guy that's the figurehead, where it seemed like he was cool at first because of stuff he said, but instead it's just like bullying the people that live in the country. And they want us to fight each other. It's divide and conquer. And you know, people got weird, and they did isolate us, and that was by design. I mean, there's just no way around it. And, you know, being a character, like being a more interesting version of yourself, or what you perceive as a more interesting version of yourself through the content that you make, whether it's TikToks or long form contents or Instagram posts or X through tweets or whatever, or just sending meme images. We've been encouraged to kind of shape another version of ourselves, and a lot of times, like, whoever you started out as making videos, kind of you get molded into this stuff. I'll give an example. Maybe this isn't a good one, but the Turkey Tom thing, it's nobody's business what Turkey Tom's doing with his fornicating. That's personal. But the girls that he is laying with and give plane tickets to came out, and they were saying he's in all this weird creepy stuff, like, you know, like Turkey Tom took Kiwi Farm stuff or Kiwi Tapes or whatever, takes that stuff, and then he made the long form videos on it, has somebody cut it together for him. Right? I'm old, I know who that is. So now they're trying to ruin the guy because he's into weird shit, just like the stuff he made videos about. And it's like, yeah, like if you spend a lot of time there, maybe that will have an influence on you. Now that's not everybody. A lot of people make videos on weird stuff. It doesn't make them weirdos. But, you know, if you're young and impressionable, and if you're doing, you know, videos about guys into lolly, which means Lolita, I don't know if you know this, maybe you're gonna get weird, and now, you know, Turkey Tom's gonna have to just keep making videos and not do live streams or whatever, and he'll probably be fine, and nobody gives a shit. Oh, he's ruined. That's like a whole genre of YouTube videos where people just point the finger at other people. So if you're one of those people that always points the finger at other people, like Turkey Tom now, he's getting the finger pointed at him. And like, and you know, all the young guys are like, oh, that's I every now and then I'll check on Pod Awful, and I'm like, yeah, it's too, like, I'll give it 5 minutes. I'm like, he's too mean. I don't want to see him pick on this guy that's on meth and everything. And then I'll stop. But then I saw the Turkey Tom thing, which again I didn't watch it for long, but I know who that is. So then I'm like, okay, I look up Turkey Tom, and it's like all the kids are like, they just want to shit on him. They like probably watch every single one of his videos and don't miss them. And now they're like, get him. She wears diapers. Get him. Whatever. His girlfriends are kissing and telling. Whatever. It's lame. But I wouldn't want, you know, like, I wouldn't want any of that shit happening to me. But then again, you know, my videos are probably where they should be, completely shadow banned. So the cosplay clips, I don't know if on the other channels, if on Soften the Coffin's channel or Champion of Love's channel or Marmalade Pop Culture channel, and there may be like another channel or two. If you scroll down to the bottom of my homepage, you can see that there's other channels of my old videos. And if you look above at the link at the top of my homepage, you will see the link to Rumble. And there's like 480 videos on Rumble that aren't on my YouTube. It's like 20 pages of videos on Rumble. And I know I talk about the cosplay clips in there, and I think some of the videos are titled cosplay clips. And I said in other videos, again, you have to go to Rumble. So I talk about how it's one of the oldest rituals where you dress up like the thing, and then the spirit of the thing inhabits you. They still do it in India to this day. They get these elaborate costumes where they look like all these funky demons and stuff. They look like Kali and Hanuman, the Monkey Man. And Vishnu, who's as a guy. You know why Vishnu has the head of an elephant? Because his dad cut his head off for having sex with his wife, which was like his stepmom or something. And then his mother cried or something, so then he put the elephant head on top of his body. That's Vishnu. Do you know about the Mahabharata? It's like the battle of the Titans, what it really is like a real thing. Like in Hindu and the Vedic stuff, this is interesting. Hang in there. It's like, oh, he's going to talk about Hindu. No, this is cool. If you've seen other videos where they talk about how like the fallen angels entered into human women and livestock, and then these are the Nephilim giants, and they made all these creatures and stuff with their angel goo, and they inseminated everything. Well, God says, I am not pleased with what you guys did, messing with my creation and going around banging everything and making them Nephilim. So now you're going to have to watch your children fight each other to the death, and then whoever's left after that, you're going to have to kill whoever wins those battles. So that's the Mahabharata, because it's like a battle of the gods where they fight each. I'm sure there's been some really cool Indian movies with good special effects that just is the Mahabharata, right? They probably did that like 20 times over. So, yeah, like that's isn't that interesting? Like the Indians have their version of a thing that is, you know, like biblical, I guess you could say, or in the Apocrypha, where God says you guys are gonna have to kill your children, which I guess is maybe like they called them the Titans or whatever, but it's really just like the angel-human hybrids. Hey, you guys made kids, they're evil, they're ruining my creation, I don't like them. They're gonna fight each other to the death, and whoever wins, then you're gonna have to kill your children. And now their dead spirits haunt the earth, and those are the beings forced to haunt the earth that are looking to possess people. So that's how people get possessed. And the Indians have that in their Mahabharata, and I'm sure there's some kind of Japanese version of it. The Japs have a spirit for everything. They have they're called the yokai, and I think the Chinese use like the same word, and it's just like they have spirits and everything. They're so prolific with their spirits, they even have a spirit that counts the soybeans. Anyway, they have a spirit that goes ping. You know what that means. Anyway, they have everything's demons. They have like a demon that's an umbrella. Whatever. Fine. So, it's the oldest ritual. When they would get ready for the hunt and they'd wear the skin of the bison or the mastodon, and you see the cave paintings on the walls where they're doing like a symbolic, you know, drawing of the ritual that they want to be successful in the hunt. So they have a couple guys dress up like a buffalo, and then they pretend to kill it, and those are the world's first plays. And the only reason they did them is because it was like a pre-game. It's like it's a ritual. It's like a summoning. Like we're going to, like, before we go out and hunt, we're going to like act it out. Like in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So words are powerful, but these guys are doing deeds. They're doing actions. Like we want to get buffalo, so we're gonna pretend like we already won. You know, God says, if you need help, ask me. Don't pray to other gods. Like if you just want something, ask me. Ask, and it shall be given unto you. So these people, instead of asking before they knew God, because they didn't know him yet, they were like, well, why don't you guys dress up like the buffalo, and we'll pretend to kill it in front of the tribe, and that'll put in our minds the idea that we're going to get them, and then, we'll eat and everything. But also is really demons and all this stuff around, and people worship and venerate these things. So if they want, since this is why I bring the Mahabharata, or however you pronounce it, into this, is because if you dress up like the thing, these are demons. These are demons that don't have material embodiment, and yet they're still doomed to haunt the earth because they can't go to heaven and they can't go to hell or Hades or Sheol or whatever. So God told us that they're doomed to walk the earth as a punishment. and they're getting all weird and perverted and distorted like their parents, who are the fallen angels that are down here, who got kicked out of heaven because they rebelled. And they start banging everything, even trees and, you know, everything. So, and rocks probably. There's a hole in that rock, and then like, you know. So anyway, and that's how the thing from the Fantastic Four was created. It was a fallen angel banged a rock, and now you got Ben Grimm. So, and it's true, right? Isn't that the origin story of the Next Men or whatever? So, so that's when you dress up like the thing and you get inhabited by a spirit. Yeah, maybe there's little, you know, lesser, inferior, unclean spirits and demons and stuff, but, you know, sometimes I would say maybe what happens is there's a fragment of these distorted beings, and then they, you know, you summon the spirit, and then they put a little bit of themselves in you, and then they can like push you out of the way. So there may be like possibly, you know, dead Nephilim spirits, and Nephilim just would mean like the progeny of like earthly people and animals and angels, and those are the Nephilim, and God was not pleased about it. I mean, he took the women that laid with those angels, who became the first witches because those angels gave the women forbidden knowledge that God didn't want them to have yet, and then he turned them into fish so that you couldn't have sex with them anymore, right? I've said I have a whole episode on mermaids that I did last year, and I just keep pushing it. It's too long. I keep pushing it back. Maybe I should just put it up on Rumble and you can watch it there first. Like, you know, I'll try and put it up. But it's already on YouTube. I have a lot of stuff pre-uploaded on YouTube, and it just releases, you know, whenever it comes, whenever you get to see it. I have stuff into June, okay? So I have my whole schmear on mermaids, and I've talked about this before anyway. How it was a punishment from God. And then you have the Starbucks cup, and it's a mermaid, but they gave her like 2 legs, so like, okay, it's a mermaid, so you can't have sex with it, but God's like, nah, I mean, but the people that have Starbucks are like, no, she can spread. And then what happens then? Fish eggs? That's gross. Anyway, is that the origin of skeeting on things? Because like, if you can't have sex with a fish, but you can like mate in the way that fish do, which would be like you just like do that over them. I don't know. It's gross, right? Mermaids are ugly. They're not beautiful. It's an illusion. They're ugly. Inside and out, probably. I don't know. Is there redemption arcs for mermaids? Does any woman that was a witch that got turned into a mermaid get into heaven? That's not for me to decide. That's for God to decide. But that is, you know, like, who are we getting possessed by when we dress up like things? You know, I'm not saying like if your wife puts on lingerie or something that she's getting possessed because it's Aphrodite or Venus or whatever. I mean, it's sanctified, so hopefully hopefully demons aren't watching. That'd be pretty gross. Every time you make love to your wife, there's like demons jacking it or something in the ethereal realm. That's kind of gross. There's an elf watching me make love to my wife. It's sanctified. What did get out of here? I don't know how it works, but look, that's what marriage is for. You're supposed to wait till you get married and don't get too weird. There's like, you know, like you should probably be able to, like, yeah, probably we shouldn't be doing this. All right, spicing up your, you know, your marriage by going to Halloween Spirit is probably a bad idea. I mean, the place is called Halloween Spirit. I don't know, maybe Halloween Adventure would be a better option. I'm not sure about this. Anyway, whatever. So I'll start with the retractions here, but I just wanted to talk about, and I guess I did for like, you know, 20 minutes, talk about the cosplay calypse. Somebody's gonna do it. Like I would like to be the guy that has done it already, but I'm just not that motivated to, you know, like make like a cosplay calypse video. And you know, but I mean, if that's been done already, if somebody's already done that, I kind of want to see it. I mean, like, we kind of did get a cosplay calypse in Ready Player One, and Spielberg was behind, you know, Premier Schlockmeister #1. He said, I'm going to do Ready Player One because he thinks the future will be like Ready Player One. And I said, what, will we live in shipping containers? Yeah, probably. That would be living in the pod, owning nothing, and you'll be happy, holding on to the remnants of the past, and then fighting each other for, like, you know, a Superman doll or whatever. So in Ready Player One, you kind of do have a cosplay calypse where all the people put on the characters of their favorite avatars, and then they don't fight against each other, right? They like fight against like the man or the powers that be or whatever. They fight, I don't know. They fight against some kind of Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Bezos pastiche. I don't remember, but I do remember that you get to see, you kind of get a cosplay clips in Ready Player One, which you don't have to watch the movie. You can just look up clips for the, you know, IP diarrhea dump where they just throw, look, there's Chucky and Freddy Krueger and Gungdam and the Iron Giant, and then there's like, you know, all the characters that they could have. Look, it's the rape gang from Clockwork Orange. No, wait a minute, they were in Space Jam 2. Okay, fine. But anyway, like I guess that's the cosplay clips. They kind of did that already, except that they're all teamed up against, I don't know, ice or something. So I want to do, I guess this is called a retraction, which should be up front instead of deep into the video, right? Anyway, moving on. I've talked a lot of trash about Dave Chappelle for years, and I said that I don't like him because he said that he didn't want to wear the dress. He went on Oprah and he said, I didn't want to wear the dress, and then he threw Martin Lawrence under the bus for being in Big Mama's house. Was that him or was that Cat Williams? I can't remember. Maybe both. Maybe they both did that. So anyway, he said he didn't want to wear the dress, and then here's where I'll insert the picture where it's like multiple instances of Dave wearing a dress after he said that he didn't want to wear the dress. And then they're like, just to let you know that he's like, he got possessed by demons. So I used to trash Dave Chappelle, and I guess I'm kind of doing it again. But let's just say that he's compromised, and which ties it back around to Bill and Hillary's honeymoon. Dave Chappelle didn't want to take the Comedy Central deal, and he went to Africa for a while. And when he came back, he was in good shape and he looked different. And then he went on Oprah and said he didn't want to wear a dress. I apologize for saying F you to Dave. Dave got possessed. It's the demons. They got him. He went down to Africa. He did some kind of, I'm going to do a ritual. I watched Joseph Campbell's Suktavade or whatever. And then, probably not. And then he did some voodoo shit. And then that's why Dave Chappelle is a piece of shit now. It's not Dave. They pushed Dave out of the way and it's a demon. Like, apparently a buff demon. So when you hear these celebrities talking, like, I think the lie is that they clone them. How can you clone a celebrity? Even if it's a clone, you gotta wait for him to grow up. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe they can clone him really fast. You ever see that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called The Sixth Day? Where he fights, it's Arnold, so he's gotta fight like a buffed out Steve Jobs. And at the end they clone Steve Jobs, but the clone isn't formed enough yet, so he's fighting like this deformed, like Sloth from Goonies clone version of Steve Jobs, and that's the big battle at the end. The Sixth Day, where it's like Mark Zuckerberg's quote, where in the future your kids won't have real friends, they'll have AI friends. And the movie opens with Arnold buying like a clone, not a clone, he's buying a robot for his daughter so that his daughter can have a friend. And then Arnold goes on an adventure, and it's called The Sixth Day. Probably has something to do with what God did on the sixth day, whatever. So anyway, when they talk about Jamie Foxx, and they said they cloned Tyrone, they didn't clone Jamie Foxx. He went away and he got possessed. That's what happens when they MK Ultra mind control these celebrities, and they're like, oh, Kanye did some crazy shit again, and then he goes away to Betty Ford or wherever they put him, and when he comes out he has his hair dyed blonde. Because, did you ever see that video? I don't think I still have the thumbnail anymore, otherwise I'd insert it here. But it was called the MK Ultra Blondes, and I just showed you like a whole photo collage of here's all these celebrities where they went away for a while and they came back with their hair cut off and it was dyed blonde. And then what is that? They got MK Ultra experimented on like they did to the little boy in Stranger Things and 11 and all that stuff. And then when they come out of it, they've been possessed. People who are Christian women that are real big fans of Beyonce and the Beehive and all that stuff, they know that Beyonce is possessed because they all saw the same thing. They saw that Super Bowl performance, and then they watched Beyonce get pushed out of the way and Sasha Fierce took over, and then the women were like, I go to church, I know what that is. That demon's calling itself Sasha Fierce. And even then Beyonce does the interview and she's like, I don't know what happens, I just feel like I get pushed out of the way, and Sasha Fierce takes over. And then Nicki Minaj said that she has a demon. She just said she gets possessed by a demon called Roman Skalansky, which is just Roman Polanski. Remember the famous director Roman Polanski that had to leave the country for like decades because he sodomized his 13-year-old cousin? Yeah, and what does Roman Polanski do when he comes back? He's the guy that did Rosemary's Baby, who was married to Sharon Tate, who, when he came back to doing movies, he did The Ninth Gate, where they opened the gate to hell, starring Johnny Depp. Roman Polanski. What a great guy. Not a great guy. So, that's what's happening to the celebrities. They get pushed out of the way. And again, you know, I don't know, I guess this is just where we're gonna go with this next. Why do they always do Egypt? Why is, like, there's so many Super Bowl performances where it's like Madonna, Katy Perry, Beyonce, Lady Gaga, who else did Super Bowls? Why do they always do Egypt? Like, why does the Egypt thing never go away? They're like, hey, guess what, we're gonna do ancient Egypt again. It's because they're getting possessed. It's like a ritual. They're harvesting everyone's energy like they did in the days of ancient Egypt, because it's the same old bag of tricks. They're like, what did we do in the past that worked? Let's do that shit again. And then they just keep doing it over and over again. How many times have you seen Katy Perry play the Whore of Babylon, where she's riding the beast with the gems and all that stuff in it? Yeah, over and over again, Katy Perry has done this. They've all played the Scarlet Woman. The ancient Egypt shit, the Whore of Babylon, the Scarlet Woman, they've done it over and over again. The Gothard Tunnel celebration had a Scarlet Woman, where a guy with a goat head on rails this lady. It looks like Lady Gaga, and then she's wearing a red dress, and then she comes bloated and pregnant, and Moishi from Where the Wild Things pops out of there, and he's dancing around. And that's the Scarlet Woman, you know, drunk with her cup of abominations, shitting out the brood or whatever. And they do it over and over again. So, yeah, if you want to be horrified, go watch the Gothard Tunnel celebration in parts. Don't watch the whole thing all together, then you receive the ritual. But maybe you want to, like, maybe not watch it. But if you know what that is, you don't need to see it. Or actually, you could go either on my Rumble channel or on Soften the Coffin or Champion of Love's channel at the bottom of my homepage, and then you can see my ignorant commentary on parts of the Gothard Tunnel celebration, which is a ritual they wanted you to see. That's why it was shot so well shot, and they even show you going through the Gothard Tunnel, and there's Merkel and was it Marcon or whatever, the French guy. And then, hey, look at all these, it's Hitler, it's his granddaughter or whatever. And then they're going through the tunnel, which is like symbolic of, I don't know, something, some Manly P. Hall shit or whatever. So, yeah, I just wanted to tell you that I don't really believe that celebrities are getting cloned. Retraction of Dave Chappelle. Am I doing that for Bill Burr? No, he's kind of a jerk. Like, he kind of owned all the people giving him crap, since I, you know, do kind of trash talk comedians, and I know about, like, those channels like Podcast Cringe and Too Lazy to Try and the Crack Amico songs and all that stuff. And so yeah, I know about the Apologia Comedia. I'm trying to think of some of those other channels. Unique. Anyway. You don't have to watch those videos. You can just look at the thumbnail and you're like, oh, okay, The guy got cucked by his wife, that Indian guy from Andrew Schultz. That's, you don't need to watch the video. So it's winter and it's cold. I'm watching too many videos. That's why there's like, what do you think about the videos? I'm giving you like 5 or 6 a week because that's just the winters. I told you before the winter came that it's just cold and I can't do stuff, so I'm probably just gonna sit in front of my camera and talk to you. Hope you like them, because I have a lot of stuff to say. Hope you know. So yeah. What was it? Oh yeah, Bill Burr kind of earned it because he wanted to fight back. Like, he talked all this trash about, you know, taking your money and, like, you know, criticizing the Saudi royals and stuff, and then they gave him a lot of money. He's like, well, guess I'm going over there. And then he wants to fight about it and make excuses, and that's, I hope it kind of, you know, I'm not trying to ruin anybody's career. I mean, Louis C.K., I don't want to watch that guy, but if he wants to write jokes for other people and they're funny, he shouldn't have his career taken away from him. But I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, he held the door shut and he's like, can you watch me beat off into a plane? I don't want to see that shit. You know, I don't want to watch that guy. But, you know, like, he makes jokes. You know, just stay home and make jokes. And Bill Burr, I don't think he's funny. Like, you can't be like, hey, I'm Joe Bag of Donuts, and, you know, oh, you know, whatever, the whole Bill Burr shtick that he does. He ruined it, he killed it for himself, because he's not who he said that he was, and he's trashing his audience. That doesn't work either. So yeah, probably, you know, it's funny. It's funny that that's how that turned out, because I didn't like him. I'm like, he's fake. There's something phony about this guy. He's like, oh yeah, you know, well, whatever, and then he, you know, just talks and talks. Oh, what about the game? Who gives, you know, whatever. He's an asshole, and you know, he showed himself. And fuck him, I didn't think he was funny anyway. I don't like that type of comedy. So yeah, I don't know, maybe that's it. I kind of pissed out on stuff to talk about. I have another, there's more stuff I want to talk about, but I'm just going to stop this video and I'm going to make another video about that. Because, you know, I'm just going to put this in here to wrap this video up. This is like completely different from what I talked about for the whole rest of this video. When I was growing up, we would get feet of snow, and it wasn't special. I remember in the 1980s, it snowed in California, and I saw it on the news, and the kids were losing their minds because they didn't get snow, and they're like, wow, what do we do? And they're like, well, we can go sleigh riding, but they didn't have sleighs because it's California, so they don't have them. So the kids were taking aluminum foil, and they were trying to slide down in the snow on aluminum foil. It didn't work. It's funny, it was on the news. That was the 80s. So when I was a kid, it would snow, and you had to have a heater so that when electric went out, because it happened pretty much every year, at least once, if not more times, so that it didn't matter when the lights went out, because it's cold outside, and you know, the food would stay cold, but there'd be a place where you could stay warm without electric. And there used to be that in even before I was born, in the old days, they would have like it's like with farms and stuff. They'd have the house, and that was just like your house where you live. But in the winter, there'd be a brick building with a stove in it, and then you'd just stay in the place with the wood stove in it through the winter. And some of those buildings still stand. I see them when I'm driving around, because there's a lot of farms around here, or at least there used to be. And the old building that was like basically your winter place was there. So having a heavy, like going shoveling the roof, right? So it's not a big deal. But today, you know, like, well, not this very day, but there's snow coming, and I saw it. I don't watch the news because I don't have, like, my TV doesn't TV, it internets. You know what I mean? Like, I have Roku TV, but I don't. My TV doesn't do that, even though it kind of does do that. But I don't use it, so I don't see the news. So I was at somebody else's house, and I saw the news, and they were showing how the supermarket shelves were empty because we were gonna get like a foot of snow. So people were losing their minds and wiping out the store shelves. And I'm like, Look at what happened to us in 2020. That's not good. That's not a good effect that this had on us. You know what I mean? Like people losing their shit. It's like, it's just some snow. I mean, probably a lot of people have less wood stoves than they do. And there was also part of that same segment was, we have a warm shelter. And like, you mean like a place where you go to stay warm if the lights go out? Whatever. The dehumanizing of things, a warm shelter, a warmth shelter, whatever they called it. Maybe that's not even the right word, but it was just some kind of like stupid PC dehumanizing term to go like, hey, if the lights go out, how are they gonna get there? If everybody's snowed in because of all this snow and the lights go out. Did you see my video on societal collapse, how all over the world they're having power outages? So that's a heads up to us, like, hey, look, they're propagandizing that they're gonna shut the lights out by shutting them out now preemptively. People are complaining about the AI centers being built in their neighborhood and they don't have water, all this shit. So yeah, this is all this World Economic Forum bullshit, Baal, B-A-A-L shit, where they, you know, you will live in the pod, you will eat the bugs, you will own nothing, and you will be happy. You can pray against this stuff. I'll leave you with that. You know we can pray for these plans to fail. Just because they planned it for so long, all the way going back to Huxley, and then before him, H.G. Wells, and before him, Jules Verne, doesn't mean that they have to get their way, all right? That's what prayer's for. We're supposed to pray for these plans to fail. So I'll leave you with a prayer. Please, Lord, you can do this. Please do this. Like, it needs some momentum. Please, Lord, and you wonder why I'm shadow banned. Please, Lord, destroy the plans of the World Economic Forum and make it so that we will live in a pod, eat the bugs, own nothing, and be happy. Never sees fruition. Whatever agenda checkpoints they feel as though they have achieved for Vision 2030 or Agenda 2030 or Agenda 2050. Lord, I pray that these plans fail utterly. I pray for every single agenda checkpoint that they feel as though they have achieved be undone. Each and every single one. Not one single agenda checkpoint left working. Destroy them all. Put cracks and tears in their plans. Cut them off, Lord. Cut them off in your truth and make it so that their rituals no longer work, so that when they try to do their evil rituals, it burns the people and the unclean spirits and evil demons and fallen angels that they are trying to get help from, and that it burns them both, burns them all, so that they have to stop doing the rituals, so that the lives are spared and saved, so that the blood of children can't be spilled. Make their rituals fail and incapacitate them and render them unable to lash out, strike back, or retaliate against us because their rituals no longer work. And protect the people, Lord, who unwittingly watch the rituals whose energy is harvested. Cut them off so that they can no longer harvest the energy, Lord. You can pray like this. You can do it every day. Pray like this. I'm encouraging you, pray like this and build some momentum. You're limited in your prayer only by the limits of your own creativity. If you get more creative with your prayer, you extend, you expand your own creativity. And I do believe that God wants us to pray like this. And, you know, people are doing this stuff. They're getting together in prayer groups. And some of them are staying home and are doing it online. And I do believe it works. We're worshiping, praying beings made to worship and pray, you know, to God. So, and his name is Jesus Christ. Even the Muslims know that Jesus is going to judge everybody. They get a real important part wrong about that, though. That Jesus is God. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Jesus is the Word. Word. Like word to your Father who art in heaven. Keep praying and never stop. Amen.
Show.
Can I do it?
Do it all day.
I know you.
Still filming.
It's still right now? Where's my little thing?
Up under here. There.
Is it right now filming?
Yeah. Hey, Mom.
And we have Robert with the bird. Excuse me. Did y'all need some help with anything?
No.
Between those blue and red ones. God.
Smile. No, quit.
Don't.
great. I love this. Jimmy Joe. Yes. I'm going to. Yeah.
You got that? Get this. Ow.
This is great. Where'd you get this? Where'd you get this? Who?
Yeah, it is. Still. No, I borrowed it from my dad's school.
Don't film me in it. Don't film me.
How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm reading about
Shay. Seen Sherry the other day.
Fine.
Late. How'd you say? No, she wasn't skinned. How'd you say you're related to her?
my sister.
She's your sister.
They are to cook. I know they are cool. Right there and the
I
other.
got my shades on.
Okay, let's
Both
put
of 'em?
more on. Mine look cooler than yours though, because I'm cool.
Well, I'm standing here with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Isn't she beautiful?
Shame for you. Made you hard, didn't it? Here, get my eyeball.
Come on, go.
Hey, it's a bunch of white guys over here filming a film.
This is the bottom area.
Look, how you doing again?
Oh, Lord. Do it, baby. Do it. Well,
We have a Negro.
we have one Negro, and over here, this is another one. And over here, we have 3 white people standing by the pins.
And one Negro running his mouth.
And we have this one, he's sucking on Jimmy Joe's balls. Right here. in his-
Girlfriend.
She has heavy metal. We have heavy metal. Your girlfriend thinks you're beautiful. Oh.
Me going fast. Them girls want you to film them. But did they go film us and you try to film me, mama, film me. You have to tighten his shirt. Say, 4 years keep having that thing.
We're zooming in on her.
Film ourselves stealing couple.
Yeah.
Why do you keep having that thing everywhere you go?
Because it's my life.
Is that yours?
No, it's my grandfather.
He's gonna be a producer.
Oh, do you know when I went and geometry Cosby's house and asked me what I was doing in front of that camera the other day? I mean, today.
What a smile. What a smile. What a smile.
I thought I was in heaven, man. It's
Oreo. Double stuffed
I
Oreo.
shall see you all.
This is double stuffed Oreo.
We're going to the
I
prom
charge for
tonight.
every kiss there.
Oh, come on. Smile at the camera.
Go for it, man. Go.
Still back grabbing nuts at like I was on Soul Train. Look, we're getting videotaped. Look, get this, you gotta get this. Mother and daughter shop at the mall. Guy, should I bust up the white guy? Man, the white guy, what is it? At the home away from home in the pink and purple Pinto with the CLX phone. We're calling us the posse. It's time to get the ripping. They keep us on the roof. They keep you suckers tripping. The whole call was leaning back. Troy and Lee was in the back smoking doobies with 2 girlies on his lap. So it was kind of
We
dead.
one he did a minute ago. I don't forgot it, man. I just made that up.
I made that up too.
Oh, God.
Off of a no.
Say what? Say what?
Take what?
Walking through the halls, feeling real cool. Check it out, Jimmy Joe. I am not no fool. My name is T. Roy. I'm here to say, feeling at the mall, NWA. That's wrestling. That's what I like, showing party people, cause I'm on the mic. T. Roy. Troy Lee gets this. That's my name. And life is too short.
Do I look smart now? 3 cents. And here's your receipt. Thank you. Hi.